Okay. The gas meter's in the alley, outside of the fence, on the west side of the garage. And the gas enters the structure, the house, duplex, enters on the south side of the garage. There's the shut-off valve right there. We're going to move into the garage. We got this cracking is pretty much normal. Alright? But this cracking is pretty much normal. This crack that goes across here, that's something else, man. Got another video of that in here. Okay. Now, we've got GFCI for the garage and the exterior, but it does not control that receptacle outlet for the lawn sprinkler system and that receptacle outlet for the garage door opener. And by today's standards, you would have that. Okay? This is the U for bonding, and I simply cannot see. There's a bus there. Excuse me. But I can't see where that actually attaches to the foundation. Coming along here, this is the electric service panel. This is the east interior wall. Okay. We've got copper to copper, but we don't have little rubber covers to prevent shocking, and that's relatively new. Okay, we got a little bit of paint inside the panel cover. And we got bundling. Okay, that's bundling. What bundling is we have large perforated holes in our cabinets here and here and here and here. Keep going. And those holes are for L1 and L2 to come in. And then your main neutral. They're not for all these wires. These little holes right here, I'm not supposed to bring more than 2 in at a time. And you know, the manufacturer gives us these other holes. Now this panel is screwed in. Okay? It's supposed to be nailed in. The screws are faster and tight. I get that. But they're brittle. And nails have more shear strength. So if this structure was to experience a tornado, nails would be much more likely to hold this panel in place than screws. Okay? We don't have white hots. I mean, we do have white hots. Black tape should be wrapped around those so that any fool would know that that's hot. Now, if you don't know that that's hot, you don't need to be in this panel. Okay? But rules are rules. You got a little combustible debris in the bottom of the panel here. Minor, I think. And then the bonding location should be labeled right here. This UFR is actually serving, because this is a PEX system, you cannot bond to the water. The PEX plumbing system, you cannot bond to the water system because it's plastic. And this UFR serves as the bonding and the second ground. Okay. Coming along here, this vacuum breaker is malfunctioning. Alright, that's why they have the water hose in the front flower bed and all those holly bushes. This is another plumbing clean out. This is your ground rod. Ground rod's supposed to be buried. And the ground rod's sticking up too much. We're missing a luminary. It's continuous soffit vents. Coming along here. See? Right here, the lintel is that metal lintel right there. See how it extends? They're supposed to extend 6 inches. This guy's like, he's like 10 inches. So I come over here. I can't tell how far he extends. I don't know if he extends the entire 6 inches. I have a little bit of separation in the door casement here. These guys right here, those are weep holes. We want those because homeownership 101, all roofs leak, all walls leak. We design them so that they shed water faster than they accept it. But why are these guys right here, okay, why are they one course up? They should be down on the first course. And if they're not, then there should be flashing that was installed over that. So what's that story about? We're moving along the patio. In a minute. No, we're not. Okay, see your siding here? You're getting a lot of glare. There's a lot of diffused light. Okay, this is the master bathroom window. Master bathroom window on the right. There is some cracked siding. Alright. And then, okay, this between the shingles and the fascia board, there's a little strip called drip edge flashing. Sometimes it's rake edge flashing. And this drip edge flashing is not lapped a minimum of 10 inches. You'll probably never experience a lot of grief because your flashing is not properly lapped. But the manufacturer thinks that it should be lapped. So that's what that's about. Some of this flashing on the rake edge, it's a little bit loose. Okay. Over here, this retaining wall, it's farther than twice its height from the structure, so this retaining wall should not affect the structure's performance. That said, we've got a few cracks right in here. Now, it seems to me that there's been a history of water percolating here. Seeping. I got a better word, I just learned it last week. Hydrostatic pressure. Okay, there's a little bit of movement right there. Okay, there's 2 water meters. One of them goes to this house, and one of them this home, and one of them goes to the other structure. Neither one of them, both of them are passing the meter test. Okay, see the dial here? Inside this dial is a little flow indicator, cheater wheel, cheater paddle. Okay, if that little red diamond is rotating, then water is coming into the house. Okay, towards the house maybe. The water's flowing, and if you cannot find where there's a leak, then there's a leak someplace that you can't see. Okay? And just like the water meters, this is a check flow valve. This is probably for the next door neighbors. They're both the same. Okay? And this check flow valve is probably for this home. It's got enough clearance, and both of them really would be better if there's a bed of gravel on the floor. But other than that, they're in pretty good shape. Okay. See this rain gutter? See all the discoloration on the shingles? The rain gutter's not supposed to discharge directly onto the roof covering. It causes it to age prematurely. Rain gutters discharged below grade. These are the disconnect boxes for both of the condensing units. Alright. Condensing units are not raised up high enough off the ground. It's supposed to be higher than 3 inches off the surface. It's the covers for the disconnects. I'll put them back in a minute. Okay. You see all the holes around that penetration right there? See the hole in that penetration? Okay, those are leaks waiting to happen. Alright. This one right here, the north one, it's probably downstairs. It's 3 ton. This one's a 2.5 ton. They're both SEER 14s. They both have R22 refrigerant. Okay, R22 refrigerant is no longer imported into the United States, and it's no longer manufactured in the United States. Some is available, but it's expensive. This is an obsolete refrigerant system. Okay, and then the alternatives to update this stuff, if you can't use R22, they can put some others in there. They're not as efficient. Any technician that services this is going to encourage you to update to a better system, to the 410. It's just the way it is. It's obsolete, kind of like computers. This works fine, but nobody will work on it. Okay? These bushes, okay, termites, or it's conducive to termites. This foam for the refrigerant lines, okay, the UV rays have cooked it. This foam is no longer acceptable. It should have a solid foam on it, a solid coat, a skin, okay. So it's, again, kind of like your R22, it's become obsolete. And then in here, your service ports. You just have to trust me, I suppose. Those caps on the refrigerant lines in there, they're fine when the day was built. But today you'd have theft-proof shredder valve caps. Keep kids from huffing. Coming along here, you got the gas port for your grill out here. If it's not in use, it should be kept off. Now this guy's pretty much protected, but the front porch maybe not so much. But the exterior receptacle outlets do not have bubble covers. They do not have in-use covers. They look like little helmets, so that you could plug Christmas lights or wood in, close the cover, and then everything's water protected. So if you were plugging anything in, this is only weather protected when nothing is plugged in. And it's important enough to put a weather protective cover on it here, so I maintain that it would be reasonable to assume that you should have an in-use cover there. Moving along, these are called control joints. Some people call them expansion joints. It's all the same. You've got plenty of them around. It's nice to see. Okay. Got a little bit of crack right up here between the soldier bricks. It kind of stair steps down. Just a little bit of cracking right there. Okay, on this is the back door into the house. And I don't know if you can see that. The threshold door sweep is torn. Moving on along. This is the fireplace. Combustible air vent. It's Pretty awesome, actually. I'm used to not seeing them. Mulch should not be so close to the structure that it's underneath the roof drip line. Okay, everybody has it, I get that. Got some in my house. But on the termite report, I'm going to say that that was conducive. That is conducive. Alright. I'm still looking. Okay. Moving along. Notice the mulch too close, but it's high. We got high soil here. High soil here. See all this garden hose? Okay. They're using this for everything because the back faucet is malfunctioning. Now, I wasn't able to get a water pressure test on this because I can't get through all this holly. And that is holly. And this, I mean, somebody can reach in there and grab that faucet maybe and turn that on, but it's just not going to happen. And the vacuum breaker in the back, and then the laundry equipment's installed. So we're kind of stuck in that regard. Okay. Moving on along. This is the front portico. Looks nice. Typical movement. See that little crack right there? Typical movement. Okay. Come over here. Zoom you in again. Whee! Alright. Squirrels are trying to get into the attic. You can see right in there. They're chewing away. It's only a matter of time before they come in. Alright, the doorbell works, but it's not illuminated. Alright. Did I see a light in there? Not illuminated. And it should be sealed so the water doesn't get in. Should have a in-use. Should have an in-use cover right here. It's definitely trees too close. Speaking of trees too close, let's just back up here a little bit. That's my middle name is Mr. Backup. You guys see all those trees over there? Too close. And the bigger they get, the more trouble they're going to be. Either with the house, the fence, or the power lines. Take your pick. I'm concerned about the house. Not so much about the fence. Not at all about the power lines. But you probably would be. Okay. Again, high soil and mulch. Trees too close. Foliage in front of the house. Alright. Right here we got stair-step cracks, and then through the soldier bricks right in there. Alright. So that tells me that we got some movement in this direction. So I haven't measured the floor inside yet, but I imagine we'll get lower measurements. It's also, if you come over here and look at this window, see how this window is peeling, pulling away from the frame right there. So that's the exterior.